This is why cartels and smugglers love Democrats. This is the reason. Because they get off the expressway in McAllen, La Jolla, Mission, and they race off to the open border. Then the $3 million worth of drugs get recovered and back to Mexico, and then they cross them the next day and they go to Houston. So if there was a wall, you think that would be happening every single day? Getaways. And look, all the Border Patrol and Texas DPS troopers, all they can do is watch. They're not gonna go swim. That's beyond their duty. They're not even supposed to cross half of the river. They can't go to Mexico to arrest them. So the cartels love when Democrats say no security, no more security. Here's another getaway. Oh, no wall. Okay, we have freedom, guys. Boom.
But here is what the cartel is doing differently. It now sends boats over to unload tens of thousands of dollars in drugs before police can seize them.
Just another getaway. That guy right there, racing to the border.
Well, considering they just passed us.
That's the man. The helicopter chasing them.
These guys will crash into you. They don't care if you're on the road. They just crash. They'll crash into your grandma. If your grandma's in the way, they will slam into her just so they could get to the open border. They're waiting for the next access road that turns right to head towards the river.
The police department probably sees more than their share of police pursuits, and that's because Highway 83, which is the main drug and human smuggling corridor, runs right through the city. And even though there's been an increase in law enforcement, police are still seeing a pursuit just about every other day.
Every other day?
Police pursuits are unpredictable. La Jolla police released this.
They would have crashed into your kids on your driveway.
Smuggling attempt back in May. The high-speed police chase ended with one person dead and 16 people in the hospital.
Not all pursuits are the same. We got different factors, different circumstances.
La Jolla Police Chief Giovanni Hernandez says smugglers traffic drugs and immigrants through his city. When spotted, they are more likely to lead police on a chase.
We see them almost every day.
Every day. Look at this guy. There's this truck getting away because he has drugs and he obviously doesn't want to get caught. And he's like, if I can only make it to the colonias and crash my truck into the river, if I get there, I'm free. Who cares if I risk crashing into grandmas or kids? Who cares if he's crashing into your child who's barely learning how to drive? Look, pretend your grandma's at the red light. Look what he just did to your grandma. Smashes into her car. He doesn't give a fuck. He messes up his tire, and now he's about to jump out of the car, and his truck's gonna go now slam and crash into another innocent person who could... Imagine if your kids were riding the bike right there. He dumps out of his car, he doesn't give a fuck, and then the truck and kills your kids. All because he has the freedom, he has the desire to just get to the river. That's why it's a big ass fucking problem. This is the shit that Trump is being shown that's happening every day, and yet Democrats feel like it's wrong to get a wall. All right, so obviously drugs and boxes, it's easy to get them across the river. Like these guys are just literally pushing the drugs and they're just floating them. They're like kicking, like dog paddling. They're not even using a boat. They're just grabbing onto the drugs, floating and pushing, swimming across. No big deal. They don't have to worry about using a huge inconvenient ladder. And if they did have a ladder, it would have been spotted hopefully by drones or something, eventually the heat signature. But then they cross the brush. Now this truck is your mom's truck that they just stole from La Plaza Mall. Now they're gonna use it to load drugs very easily. They're getting it into the vehicle. Now this is an undercover person recording them. He then calls it in. Border Patrol's not gonna get there like that. You see, boom, Border Patrol can't get there that quick. But Texas DPS will begin to try to pull them over on the expressway. But then they start racing back and they'll crash back into the river over and over and over.